What's going on, YouTube? I'm AJ. This is my gun review. Today we have a special one for you. This is a full custom Mercier Pistol Works build. So what this one consists of is similar formula to my Darksaber, which is 4.5 inch overall length with a 1/2 inch compensator, 4-inch slide. We have a full length steel frame and an MJD grip module. This one's been stippled by Payne Custom Stippling. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Eric Mercier, he is one of the best custom builders in the 2011 game today. So formerly, he worked for Chambers Custom. He was one of, if not their most tenured gunsmith at the time where he left to start his own shop. Moved down to Florida and started Mercier Pistol Works. Now there, his primary focus has been on modifying guns. So packages to bring your existing Prodigy, Staccato, whatever, up to a Marvel standard. Now, I was fortunate to have worked with him on the prototype gun that became the package known as the Virago, and one of these days I'll get around to doing a full video review on a Virago package. Just understand that's probably the best modification package you can do to a 1911-2011, without question, period. And to further elaborate on just how good Eric is, understand people send him their Infinities, their Atlases, Fowlers. When you have a top tier gun that you want made better or made right, people call Eric Mercier. So on top of modifying guns, he also does about 10 full customs a year, this being number 3. So to come across a full custom Mercier, exceptionally rare, as an exceptional privilege to have a look over. So without further ado, let's take it over to the tabletop portion, have a closer look of what this Mercier custom consists of. All right, so we have Mercier Custom. So this one, 4.5 inch overall length on the barrel. Now it's going to be a 4-inch cart barrel that then has the cone right here, and cone compensator. You can see it's a 1/2 inch compensator with a big port. This thing has been bored out. So massive port volume out of that 1/2 inch comp, as well as side ports. Detail wise, we have a light high power cut right here on the front that has a lightly stippled kind of serration as a little traction point right here. Also, we're tri-topped on the slide. We have light stippling over the top. You can see how well the compensators fit to the slide, really making it look like one solid piece. Clean design with no other serrations. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. Personally, I dig it. The optic plate is a Sharon Precision piece with no backup irons. Again, just keeping everything clean. Mounts the SRO back far enough so you don't have any ejection port interference, but also nice and low. You will also may be able to tell there's a slight forward tilt on the optic, giving kind of a stadium viewing when using it. For me, this tends to make the dot a little easier to pick up, and I think is one of the better plates on the market. Frame is steel, same width as the slide. Full length dust cover. Moving back to the slide stop. The details on this one are polished. That's a pretty common with some of the higher end or personalized Chambers guns. Now, overall, I like the slide stop design. This one's been very well dehorned, so it feels nice to the hand. We have a nice big undercut underneath the paddle. The paddle is large enough underneath to easily access and use. Overall, well executed. Thumb safety appears to be an Ambi EGW. Again, polished, very well dehorned. There's no hot spot in the back. Action is tactile. It's perfectly weighted. No movement on the paddle. Grip safety, I think, is also an EGW piece. But it's been modified similar to the old STI pieces where you have the inlet cut for your thumb knuckle. This one's been polished, again well dehorned. It's blended well, so it's blended at the top as opposed to the more classical blending technique of blending it at the bottom. But there's not really a hot spot to be found in either position. So well done there. Just looking in the back, you can see how tightly this gun is fit. It looks excellent. Also looks to be some stippling on the back of the slide just to reduce any potential glare. The mag release, solid piece. It's I appreciate that it's serrated. It's weighted fairly lightly, smooth in activation, no hang-up points. Very well executed. Moving down to the magwell, this is a staccato Dawson piece, but it's been modified in that the ridges have been removed. So it gives it a clearer appearance while still getting that oversertion protection that you get with the staccato magazines. The grip module is from MJD. This one's been stippled by Pain Stippling. Kind of a unique design to it. It's not super aggressive. This is a grip module that I think could be fairly comfortably carried, but did provide sufficient traction at the range. And stippled all the way up the front strap. Very well done. The trigger is a medium length Everglades piece that's been DLC coated black. So short take up. We have a short roll, feels right about 3 1/4 pounds per the owner's request. Very short and direct reset. Just a nice break. That's overall just an excellent all-around usable trigger. In fact, I think Eric does some of the best trigger jobs in the business when it comes to 2011s. Also, as Eric is a Marvel style builder, there is a Marvel disconnector cut present, and just racking the slide on this is, oh, it's just silky. It is simply lovely. So that is a full custom Eric Mercier build. But does it shoot? Of course it does. Absolutely lights out. The gun provides an excellent balance between speed and accuracy. The recoil impulse in my hand is soft, and the comp does an excellent job keeping the nose down. It's the kind of gun that no matter what drill I wanted to run, the gun seemed well suited to it. When I brought it out to 50 yards, the gun was an absolute tack driver. When I brought it up close for speed, the thing just wanted to run. If I was looking for one gun to do everything, I would do well to consider one of these. All right. Final thoughts on the full custom Mercier build. Quite simply, the gun is what I thought it was going to be. If you've been paying attention to the channel or my reviews, you know I'm a big fan of the Marvel way of building a 1911-2011. And that's exactly what Mercier does. The gun has that signature built from a single piece of steel feel. It feels like a gun that you can run 1,000,000 rounds through. It's just a rock solid gun. But on top of that, it's set up in a way where it's still a very quick gun. It's a very soft recoiling gun. It has the level of accuracy I expect from these Marvel builds. It will wear a B8 out at 25 yards. But on top of that, it's also a very quick gun. I think I clocked a best plate rack time with this one of a low 240, which for more of a duty type build, very good, especially considering how this gun is sprung. It's a heavier sprung gun, not so much set up for competition. As expected, the gun did not have any malfunctions. The trigger, though a little bit heavier than what I'd say would be my go-to, still very nice, and I didn't find it holding me up in any of my drills. This is the kind of gun you could buy as your only gun, do just about everything with, and be more than content. Part of me wants to say it's a shame he's only doing about 10 of these a year, but at the same time, I've already experienced his custom work with a Virago build, and if you're not tracking on those are really a gift to the industry. So, with that said, the gun is absolutely excellent, and I think Eric is one of the top guys in the industry to deal with, and really can't recommend him enough. So, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.